What is up, my Dexcentrics? Welcome to the crawdad. Today is day 30 of the Gift of Fanfiction, a month-long event where I read a Senior Side's winter/holiday-themed fanfic for the month of December. Today is day 30, and I'll be reading The Hot Chocolate Trap. If you were at my live stream yesterday, you know what's up. Disclaimer, do not drink bleach, only Remus is allowed to. Summary. Remus gets desperate for his hot chocolate. It was a cold winter's day in the Mine Palace, and the sides decided to make hot chocolate to help warm their insides. They all came out in onesies, even Logan, and that includes Remus. Remus had a reputation when it comes to sugary things. He goes berserk, complete cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. A glass of hot chocolate would activate what can only be described as a toddler at 2 p.m., right in between lunch and nap time. Remus, you already know you can't join us. Virgil spoke out, getting his Nightmare Before Christmas mug with Janice coming from behind. If you really want to be included, we have some bleach for you. No, I want chocolate. Remus started strutting towards the cabinet in which the mug were kept before being pushed out of the kitchen by Roman. Sorry, bro, we just don't want you. Remus turned away, running to his room before Roman could finish. But I want chocolate, but I don't know how to get it. If only I was actually a rat. I would not only be able to get chocolate, but I would also be able to scare the noodles out of the sides. Remus then got a miraculous, mischievous idea. Wait, I could shapeshift. I almost forgot. Time to crawl into the hole. Next thing that was known to happen was Remus turned into a rat with whiskers like a mustache, claws so sharp, and a little crown placed on his head. He truly was Rat King. He scurried to the nearest rodent hole in his room and worked his way to the kitchen. The wall was dirty, dusty, creepy, and crawly. Why didn't he think to come here sooner? This was great. The pipes and wires led our mustached mouse to the ground of the kitchen, as the three of them already had their hot chocolate, but two were still yet to be fully prepared. Logan and Patton. Logan, instead of drinking hot chocolate, insisted on drinking coffee, but he didn't want to make Patton upset, so he went with the heated milk instead. Remus then scurried his little legs across the floor, getting barely nowhere for his fast strides. He made it to the dip under the counter, seeing a clear way to get to the top. Patton just done his stirring for his hot chocolate as he turned to go use the bathroom. Remus took his chance to go up to the counter and crawl into his mug. No side noticed the clash coming from the counter as they were watching the Grinch musical that was airing on television. Patton came to the counter to pick up his mug, but noticed that most of the hot chocolate was gone. He turned to the others to see if they were accidentally drinking out of his glass. I wouldn't drink out of your hot chocolate, Pop, Remus heard Roman say, making Pop sound like Paw in it for the pun. Everyone agreed with Roman that none of them had touched it. Patton found this as no bother, though. He figured he could just finish off the bit that was left in his glass. Patton tilted the glass up to take a sip to find a dirty rat soaked in hot chocolate fall out and land on the floor like a pancake. A scream is all that could be heard from Patton. The others circled around to see what had happened, just as the rat had transformed back into a wet, passed-out Remus. Virgil started backing up slowly. Oh, sweet MCR gods, please help us. Logan turned to Virgil. What could possibly come of a knocked-out Remus? Janice was also backing up. Unlike most people, he has a sugar crash before a sugar rush. Give it a couple more minutes, and we'll be in big trouble. Virgil and Janice told the other three to get on the couch and get close together. Since we have done this before, we'll handle this, Janice had hissed, grabbing the nearby trash can lid as a shield. Remus was now awoken, and started spinning. He spun and spun and spun, quite like the Tasmanian devil. All you could see was his head, which was staying in place as the rest of him spun. He went to knock down Janice and Virgil like bowling pins, but Janice held his ground, blocking Virgil. Remus then caught sight of the three on the couch, immediately heading towards them. Dad, look out! Virgil called, but it was too late. Remus had already got into the three of them, spitting and flinging the others across the room. All that could be heard from across the halls was the pure screams of the three becoming Remus's personal toys. "Quick, Janice, get the garlic!" Janice then ran to the kitchen, grabbing the container of garlic seasoning that Pat had had and bringing out to the living room to stop Remus from hurting anyone else. Pat was already dizzy and behind the couch, trying to protect himself, trying to avoid any more flinging. Logan was being swung around and around by the mad green trait, and Roman was knocked out in front of the TV. Carefully, Janice poured some garlic in his hat and his gloves. "Hey, Remus, wanna play?" he called, having Remus drop Logan and start charging towards him. "Janice, no!" Patton called from behind the couch. Remus grabbed Janice, picking him up, before he took off his gloves and hat and poured garlic right in front of Remus's nose. He stumbled around a bit, stumbling a bit more with each shaky step. He squeezed Janice before dropping on the floor, passing out and going limp. Roman woke up, and Patton came out from behind the couch. "What worked?" he asked, moving towards Virgil. "Well, Patton, when we were younger, Remus would get really hyper before bedtime, and we trained him to calm down to the scent of garlic. He still clocks out when he sniffs it." Janice got off the ground and dusted himself off. "Yep, and by the looks of it, he'll be out for a very long while." All of them laughed, with Virgil, Roman, and Janice carefully moving the rat to the couch. They could now at least enjoy the rest of their day in peace and quiet. Thank you so much for listening. Yes. If you look in the description, you'll find the one-shot book where I wrote all the fanfics for this month. You could read over them, you could write over them, or maybe don't write over them, because that's plagiarism. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. The links to my social medias are in the description below. You'll find things on my Twitter, Instagram, Wattpad, Discord. The Discord do be poppin', and my second channel where I go live. Speaking of which, you'll find my face on the screen, which takes you to my channel, a face with the word live over, which takes you to my live channel, the playlist for my Wattpad Read Alouds, and the playlist for my The Gift of Fanfictions. Hope you enjoy your fabulous new year and do your best.